Ooh, it's dangerous. Hi, Mrs. Jessica.
Hi, Director Folkman.
Where are we?
Oh, not Chicago anymore.
Oh, hi, scholars. Is that a dinosaur? I think we should get out of here.
Oh.
Oh, running away from that dinosaur sure was scary. I wonder what it meant to be in prehistoric time. Oh, look, it's a map of the United States.
Where's the second state that we're going to?
That's a good question. I wonder why Illinois is the only state that's highlighted. I wonder what that could mean. Oh, that makes sense. It looks like we're going to the Field Museum.
That's in Illinois.
That's in Chicago. Did you know that the Field Museum actually has one of the best dinosaur exhibits in all of the United States? Look at all the really cool things we have going on here.
Wow.
Oh, wow, look. It looks like we get to see what Sue looked like if she were alive today.
That's so awesome.
I think we should go in.
Definitely.
All right, let's go on an adventure. Whoa, so many fossils.
But, Director Folkman, what is a fossil?
Fossils are the remains or traces of plants and animals that lived long, long ago. Fossils give scientists clues about the past. For this reason, fossils are important to the study of prehistoric life.
That's cool.
Most fossils are found in earth that once lay underwater. They usually formed on the hard parts, such as shells or bones, of living things. After a living thing died, it sank to the bottom of the sea. Layers of earth and the remains of other living things built up on top. Over time, these layers turned into rock. Eventually, part or all of the living things' hard parts also turned into rock.
Wow.
The fossil is the shape of these hard parts in the rock. Other fossils are imprints on soft materials that later harden into rock. For example, scientists have found dinosaur footprints in rock that formed from mud.
Cool.
Another kind of fossil can form after a small insect or a piece of plant gets trapped in resin. Resin is a sticky substance made by pine and fir trees. When the resin hardens into a rock-like material called amber, the object inside is preserved. A long time ago, around 65 million years ago to be exact, the dinosaurs were large and in charge. They ruled the earth for over 160 million years, And then something strange happened. Most living things just disappeared. Not just the dinosaurs, but over half of the Earth's species. Trees, water animals, land animals, and everything else just died all at once about 65 million years ago. Scientists don't know for sure what caused everything to go extinct, but they have some ideas. Some think that it was a giant rock moving through space, called an asteroid, crash landing in Mexico. When the asteroid hit the Earth, it caused a giant dent in the Earth called a crater. When this happened, the soot, rocks, and other debris went flying into the air, raining down on anything nearby. It was such a hot explosion that it made the whole world really hot for a few days. It even shook the Earth in a powerful earthquake. All of the soot stayed in the air for a really long time and didn't go away. It blocked out the sun. And without the sun, plants can't grow. Because the sun was blocked, it became too cold for anything to continue to live, and animals that depended on the sun's warmth died out.
Wow, this must be Maximo the Titanosaur.
He's huge!
Yeah! Maximo is a cast of the largest dinosaur known. Maximo lived about 100 million years ago. Yes, 100 million.
What?
His skeleton's about 122 feet long. Comparing that to a Tyrannosaurus, which people are familiar with, a T-Rex is only about 40 feet long. In life, we think that Maximo weighed around 70 tons, which is the same as 10 African elephants.
No way!
This must have been what Maximo looked like while he was alive.
Whoa, he's pretty big. Take a look at how big he is compared to those trees.
Wow, and look at this dinosaur fossil.
Whoa, this must have been their dig site. His hip bone and spine, all leading to his head.
And look at the size of his tail. Wow, that is so huge.
He's one big fella. Hey look, there's Sue!
Wow, cool.
The Chicago Field Museum bought the famous Tyrannosaurus Rex Sue fossil for $8 million.
Man, that's a lot.
A Tyrannosaurus lifespan is usually around 30 years. Some scientists believe that their babies may have been covered in feathers.
Wow, cool.
So cute. The largest tooth ever found of any meat-eating dinosaur, most likely a Tyrannosaurus, was 12 inches long. That's the size of a ruler.
Oh my goodness.
Did you know that Sue is the most complete Tyrannosaurus Rex anywhere in the entire world?
Wow, I didn't know.
Chicago's really lucky to have her.
On July 30th, the Chicago Museum of Natural History revealed a life-size recreation of Tyrannosaurus rex specimen FMNHPR208, also known as Sue, which showcases paleontology's most accurate depiction of our most complete T-Rex. It has muscle and flesh, and she's even holding an unlucky hadrosaur in her mouth. They nicknamed the recreation of the beast Fleshy. What do you notice first when you look at the animal? She's gorgeous. Look at those eyes. I would stop at nothing to pet this thing. But what else? Well, for one, she's pretty chonky, but that never hurt no one. This recreation is representative of the incredible amount of muscle and flesh that this animal would need to move and function. An abnormally large growth of bone was found on Sue's left fibula, indicating that she had sustained a serious infection due to some sort of injury, which is reflected on Fleshy. What could have done it? An angry Triceratops, or Ankylosaurus, or maybe she banged her ankle on the corner. Okay, time to look at her eyes again. For one, they look like real animal eyes. I've always appreciated how Jurassic Park did the eyes. They show intelligence, decision, wisdom. T-Rex eyes faced forward, a huge difference from primitive dinosaurs like Allosaurus, whose eyes pointed away from each side of its head like a lizard. Because Tyrannosaurus's eyes faced forward, scientists concluded that the animal had binocular vision, or the ability to focus both eyes on one target, like us. A skin impression isn't the skin itself, but rather a mold of earth pressed down like Play-Doh by the dead dinosaur that became rock over time. Why did we ever think T-Rex had feathers? Perhaps it was a hasty conclusion we made when we found other dinosaurs that had feathers and we were all like, ooh, all dinosaurs had feathers. But among the science community, paleontologists examined basal tyrannosaurs, early ancestors that T-Rex likely evolved from, like Dilong, and determined that since Dilong had feathers, T-Rex did too. Well, it was recently discovered that Dilong and T-Rex went in two different directions on the Tyrannosaur family tree, and that giant tyrannosaurs, Tyrannosauridae, proceeded without feathers. Maybe T-Rex babies were born with feathers and gradually lost them as they grew up. Maybe adult tyrannosaurs only had feathers in isolated places. We're not quite sure yet. Oh, and the skin was probably earthy colored like on Fleshy, so the animal could conceal itself during hunts. But we'll just have to guess about that one.
Seeing all of those dinosaurs reminded me of an artist that I once read about. Her name was Karen Carr, and she was a wildlife and natural history illustrator. Her artwork has been featured in traditional and electronic media, meaning computers, in publications, zoos, museums, and parks across the United States, Japan, and Europe. Her father was a sculptor and her mother was a scientist, so she was really interested in natural science since she was little.
She knew she wanted to paint dinosaurs since she was 6 years old, so around the same age as some of you. Some of her artwork can be found in the museum we visited today, Chicago's Field Museum. Which one was your favorite?
Thank you for coming with us on an adventure today. It was fun spending the day with you. I'll see you back here next week so we can both
go on an adventure.